Reliance. We are extremely proud that it makes the highest amount of margins in this region.
By the way, 875. In the Reliance lingo, we say we did above 1,000 configurations.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Setlur used to talk not just about work, but he was also, we used to talk very freely about, he used to have very short time slots, but within time slot you can even talk to him about everything below the sun. Okay? He used to talk about slums of Mumbai. One day he told me that, it is probably humane that, slums and rich people or normal people stay together in Mumbai. That I came to know only when I went to Lagos. Sir, in Lagos, all the poor people stay very far from the city, so they need to travel for 2 to 3 hours at least, and people have to leave their homes at 5 o'clock in the morning to reach the offices well before time, because if they are slightly delayed, they all cannot catch up with the office. So many people leave their homes at 5 o'clock in the morning and reach back at 10 to 11. This is the concept that he had discussed one day with me. Thank you, sir. And he also talks about economics of governance, whatever, everything.
I think everyone who is in this picture, if he is not here, it is all Srinivas's fault. If they are here, it is all Setlur's work.
Absolutely. And all the people, some of the people who are here, you can see their families. Yeah. Some people are missing, of course. A couple of guys are missing from this. Yeah, I think, yeah, true. Can we get Anadi? Come. Anadi, Malviya has not come, right? On his way, Makaran? Please come. Samir, come here. Samir. Yeah.
We require to stand in the same order.
Nikki?
Easier identity.
Mahendra nahi aaya? Mahendra hasn't come? Okay. Kishore? Yeah. Kishore. Sudhir?
Without announcing, no one is coming forward.
Yeah. Pankaj? And I can see Vivek. Where are you? Vivek Pai. Come. And who else is there? Bharat. Keskar, DK, where are you? Come, please. Dilani, come. So we all work for him.
Still afraid of this.
Bharat, come.
Hey, Srini, guys are not coming forward. Is it indication that they are still afraid of Guru? Once it is announced that you come forward, whoever are there, you should have just jumped in.
And the reason is very simple. He was very sweet in the beginning. And terror, so he may ask questions.
Whoever didn't submit his assignment on time.
Whether you click the picture?
The Guru can come in the middle. Center in the light.
Smile. One more. Thank you.
So here are the families. Okay, I think the families who came last time, I think we should also have, come, please. We want you to come. You come. And who? Nikki? Sudhir? You please come. Mrs. missing? Shirani, your son. All are not visible. I think we need to come.
The younger ones to kneel down.
Oh yeah, I think that's a good thing. Please, some of us let's get down.
बच्चे ये बच्चा understand.
They said we won't take a picture on your camera.
Yeah, ready. Smile, please. One more. Thank you.
SRS, which has not been said, it's a life well lived, contributed greatly to refining and petrochemicals. We talked today about Make in India. He did that throughout his career. We talk about Skill India. He did that. You have seen the great Shishyas, and he has inspired young minds. We are no longer that young, and he had nurtured precious talents. We can definitely call him our own refining Ratna.
Something about him. I request somebody to start. Do you want to?
Hello. So actually, I was one of the first ones, short stint, but about 1 year with the Reliance and with SRS Group, PIEG, and that's what we used to be called as Process and Industrial Group. And I would like to just say one thing, I happened to be in Mr. Setlur's cabin once, and he was talking to some other team. And he was referring, somebody else was talking about teams from McKinsey, ADB and other big time consulting companies which are also working on the refinery at that time. And then Mr. Setlur said, frankly speaking, I don't want to look at those reports because, I have the best team sitting with me out there. And that was a big booster for us. And that really made us come out with excellent stuff. And that was setting the standards and everything, because now he equated us with the McKinsey that that time was a big name. And I think the quality of reports that came out of our PIEG was very good. And there are multiple reasons for that, for the guidance that we got from him. And most important was, he empowered us. And I remember, as a 21-year-old, finding faults with the reports made by these big-time consultants. And then also coming out with, projects worth thousands of crores, correct? That was another big thing, and he empowered us to, take decisions and, okay, if you think something is right, present it. Okay, and that was one thing, like the honesty about how you present stuff and things like that. This was a big learning for us. And I would say just say thank you, Mr. Setlur.
Terror in his young age.
Yes, I remember that I graduated from IIT Bombay, got a job with TCS, and I was told to go to Chennai. That was October of 93. And as soon as I saw the work there, I said, I don't want to do this work. Because we were made to work on some accounting systems, some outsourced project. I had my own sense of what great software should do. Anyway, so I sort of short 10 days stint at TCS. I resigned and I came back. I didn't even resign, I just left. And I was back in Mumbai looking for a job. And there was trouble at my home saying, oh, look at your son. First job, he sort of, without telling anyone, he goes back. Anyway, so around that time I got to meet Srini and Pandey. this gang over here. And then they said, why don't you apply, and SRS interviewed me. Very short interview. So what do you want to do? I talked about a little bit of interest in optimization and mathematics that I had. And that was it. I was on board. I was a part of the group that wrote the MIB software and ran it. The net takeaway from Mr. Setlur's as a guru that I would say is, so I was given an assignment, I'm supposed to do it, get some numbers out, put in a report, and give it to the boss. Come, my job is done, right? And there were some mistakes in one of the reports, some density of kerosene was wrong, and Mr. Setlur asked, so does this number look right? What should be the volume or the weight of kerosene? And I didn't know the density, and that was the first time I got fired. And the net takeaway from that firing was, as an engineer, you got to get sense of numbers. And I remember the firing as well as that net takeaway, sense of numbers. That's kept me in good stead almost everywhere where I went to work later on. Thanks a lot, sir.
Good evening. My name is Sudhir Pawar. I am also one of the Shishya of the great SRS. I want to share a couple of incidences. Of course, he used to fire us left and right always for the work. So I am basically electrical engineer. So that time in refinery, when we were doing a lot of configurations of the refinery, one of the major challenge for the Jamnagar refinery was the water management. Because Jamnagar being the dry area, there is scarcity of fresh water. So one day I remember he called me in his cabin and he told me, Sudhir, now you start working on water. So I was young after that time. Today also I am young, but that time was more. So I told him, sir, I am electrical engineer. So he looked at me, what do you mean by you are electrical engineer? And what do you want to say? So I said, sir, this water is generally handled by civil engineers. I am electrical engineer. I was very proud of being electrical engineer. So then he told me, what do you mean by you are electrical engineer? How many years you have studied electrical engineering in the college? It's a 4 years. 1 year is first of all common for everybody, and after that you have done 3 years electrical engineering, and you are telling me you are electrical engineering. Please believe that if you study water for 1 year, you will become water engineer. And that was really a trigger to our mind, and believe me that then we studied so many alternatives of water, university to even the sewage treatment plant, water treatment plant, and then one of the largest seawater desalination plant was then put up at the Jamnagar refinery, and then we did a lot of contribution for that. That is one of the good, it was a trigger for me. Then, of course, the kind of pressure you used to put on us, we used to say, I can share now? So with your permission. So we used to say there is a Newton's fourth law, any person can do any work with proper external pressure. Thank you very much, sir.
I just would like to add on that, okay, that particular report on sewage water treatment plant, okay, I was delayed by maybe a couple of days. Mr. Setlur was so angry with me that he accepted the report, but he was extremely furious. You could see that last picture of this, okay, and but after I left, he had shown to somebody else and told him that with this report you can go ahead and put up a plant. He was very proud of the report. I'm extremely happy, but of course, if you get delayed, he never used to spare anybody. And let me tell you, one of my friends who was a civil engineer, okay, Vijay Nair, okay, he used to give him the task of something in the process engineering, because he always believed that if you are a different engineer, you can be unbiased, you can start everything from fresh. Arjun.
Good evening, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.